Well, hello. I just wanted to follow up from the last video that I did concerning um, CNAs making 5,000. Can you make 5,000 a month as a CNA with no overtime? And I just want to say thank you for you guys that had responded to my video. Believe me, when I post a video, it is to inspire you. Um, and to help those that who want to go into this profession, to give you an idea what you're looking at, what kind of jobs are more suitable, because CNA is not limited just to a nursing home setting. Although, and I probably said this in other videos, if you are new as a CNA, I would advise you to at least get 6 months to 1 year of long-term care training after certification. This way, it gives you the backbone to do other jobs. Um, as you know, I've did several while still working at the nursing home on weekends. I continue to do that. Um, and it is my backbone, the nursing home long-term care setting. Even though I started out in a hospital setting, I haven't worked that since the first year of becoming a CNA. Um, Yeah, but this week has been a very challenging week for me. Oh, as you know, this was the week of the eclipse. My patient, I had two patients pass away this week. One at my nursing home, which I have taken care of, um, for many, many years. Actually, this patient in the nursing home was admitted in 2011. I can remember taking care of her somewhere around that time, but I left the nursing home. That same nursing home, did not work there for over 6 years. Went back in 2018. This same patient was still there. So for the last 5 years, I have taken care of this patient. Well, no, 2018. That's 6 years. I have taken care of this patient, but I did stay gone though 4 months in 2021. But out of all that time, I've taken care of this patient on a regular basis um, at the nursing home, and I just got a text last night that she passed away, 97, in stage dementia or Alzheimer's. Um, it hurts because I'm used to going in on Saturday morning and taking care of this patient, but last weekend I could tell that she was not going to make it much longer. Although she was very tough, and I thought for sure that I'd see her Saturday or tomorrow morning, but it's gonna be hard going in, looking in her little space there in her room, and not see her in that bed. It's gonna be different. Um, it's hard when you take care of somebody for extended period of time and be around them, no matter, you may have an up and down relationship with that patient. They become like family to you, so it hurts when they pass. And that's the one of the cons of this profession. And as a CNA, you're going to work closer with the patient than anyone else in the nursing home setting, because you are helping them with their personal care, like bathing and eating and dressing and all that. You're helping them with everything. Um, and you're going to spend more time with them and see more of the changes in them than anybody. Also, on the hospice job, there was a patient passed away. This other patient passed away on Tuesday, so that's the second death that I experienced this week. She was admitted with the company, the hospice company I worked for, in February. She was a COPD patient, so her breathing was challenged from the get go, and the doctor had gave her he said 3 to 6 months. Well, she didn't make it to 3 months, but the last time I remember talking with her, she was sitting up on the couch. But you could tell that her breathing was getting a little bit more challenged because the last shower that I did give her, it was like it took everything out of her just to walk to from her couch to her bathroom and get in her shower to sit down in her shower chair to take a shower. And I really didn't think that it'd be the last time that she'd take a shower, but I knew that it was getting closer to time to her to start being bedridden because she just was getting to the point that she could not walk around and just talk. I mean, she'd talk for a little bit and she'd have to catch her breath. So it was not good to make her talk. I mean, it was getting harder and harder for her. And her poor husband, they'd been together for the last 45 years and or more, maybe even 50. I don't know. But they'd been together a long time. And it just tore him up inside for her he know that he was losing her. So the company finally talked him into letting her have a hospital bed in the living room. And he did it reluctantly, but because he wanted to hold on to his wife. He wanted to leave things as is, that's been for many, many years for them. Um, but she had got to a point that she couldn't sleep in the bed anyway because she couldn't lay down. She had so much pain in her body, especially in her back. So she had to sleep sitting up on the couch. And when you get to that point that you can't breathe when you're laying down, it's really getting bad for you. So they got the hospital bed. I think the hospital bed, they got it probably that Friday over the weekend. That Friday or that Saturday. I think they got it that Friday. I came to see her again on Monday. She was in that bed, and by that time, she was still breathing, but you could tell that she wasn't in any pain or anything, but she was just there laying in bed. Um, Keep in mind, wasn't a very old person. She was like 68, you know, um, not a dead old woman, but because of her health, and I'm sure she said she smoked for many, many years. So that's another reason that we should think before we decide to pick up cigarettes. Um, so yeah, she was laying in that bed, and you could see her chest going up and down. She made it through Monday. I stopped in, and there was a house full of people. There's really nothing I could do because they really didn't want her to be disturbed, and I understand that because any disturbance could just finish her on off. She had stopped taking in any food, drink, no bowel movements, no urinating, nothing. I mean, she had her last. They said she had her last bowel movement maybe that Saturday or Sunday, and she got up out of bed for that. And after that, um, she really didn't get up no more. On Tuesday morning, she passed away about 9 o'clock, somewhere in the 9 o'clock hour. Um, I found myself going back through her notes, visitation notes, whenever the nurse and CNA was there. My notes, I really didn't put anything major in there. The nurse did, but it was like it showed that she was doing pretty good. She would eat pretty good, 2, sometimes 3 times a day. Then on the last, they said her appetite wasn't too good, so she ended up, you know, um, maybe eating a cookie or something. But yeah, it's just hard. It was like that a few months ago. I've had two clients around about the same age. The first time I meet them, they're sitting on the couch, able to talk to you, carry on the conversation. Don't look like they're in any pain. There was one lady a few months ago. She she had cancer, some type of cancer. When I first met her, she was sitting on the couch. I helped her with the shower. Her husband, she wanted her husband close by, and she practically did her own shower. She had me wash her hair. So that progressed on. Oh, Lordy, that progressed about a month. Um, and my, I guess March, maybe it was from February, all of February, she did fine. Part of March, and she was gone. She was gone within about 6 weeks, but it got to the point that, you know, she was able to walk around the house, still do things in the house until she ended up in her bed. Well, she has a bed that is a king size, and a king size, you can't reach from one side to the other if they're in the middle of that bed. So the company finally was able to bring a hospital bed in, and it was still in her bedroom. And after she got in that hospital bed, I think she lasted maybe a week, and she was gone. But again, these are things that you deal with as a caregiver. You know you're gonna be dealing with death, more so in hospice than in a nursing home. You deal with uh, death in nursing homes, but it's not as often. You may get somebody every 6 months to die in your section, or you may get two a year. But with hospice, I've seen that. Well, since I come back into hospice, I came back into hospice work at the end of last year. Uh, and since then, I have seen, and this is April, so give or take, I've seen 6 to 10 deaths. Um, and I can't say that's an accurate amount, but so if you decide to do hospice, if you can't deal with people dying all the time, I advise you to think very seriously before taking that type of work. Financially, and it's been rewarding because, as I said in my previous video, uh, the way my schedule works, I work weekends at the local nursing home, and I work full time as hospice aide. So financially, yes, it's rewarding, but it can get to you. Losing so many people so close together, that can depress you. You can be set back. Because I can remember this last patient that died, not the one at the nursing home, but the one with hospice. I kind of really got attached to her. I stayed awake, tossed and turned all night thinking about that patient, and it still bothers me. I mean, I only knew her for like 2 months, and it was just something about that patient that drew me in, I guess, and drew my emotions, to have sympathy for her, and her husband and family. And really, um, he tried to engage me in his political views, and I really didn't get off into that. So I could, you have to be careful when you're in people's home. Try not to uh, say anything to make them upset. So I could tell that he was really into politics. So I had calmed that conversation down by saying something that he and I both could agree on, and then we went on from there. This was like early on in her visits, maybe the early part of um in part of February. But no, uh when you go into in the homes, you're gonna be around family members, and sometimes you have to watch your P's and Q's in some of these homes. And just count your blessings and pray that you're safe. You know, that's another con of being a working in the home health field or the hospice field. You're going into people's house, and uh, you're not just interacting with the patients; you're interacting with their families um, and their caregivers. I have one patient that his caregiver was upset because I didn't come the days that she thought I should have came. I Because sometimes you have to switch your patients around. Say you got two patients one day and six the next. Well, if you can move a couple of those patients over so you'll have a full day both days and not a short day. So that's what I did. Um, but after that, I did not move the patient from the days that she preferred me to come. Um, that is my take this week of what it was like for me this week losing two patients. Um, and if you have any questions or anything concerning hospice work, because I noticed on YouTube that there's not a lot of people that talk extensively about hospice aides or and the kind of work that they do. Some people do tell you some things, but it's not a whole lot of um, experiences on here. So I just wanted to give you my intake on it and how I have maintained in that line of work. Keep in mind though that the hospice aid or a hospice aid job or hospice career is something new to me also. I've only been doing this since 2022, but I would recommend that over the other home health companies. Because my experience with the other home health companies, they don't give gas mileage reimbursement. You're usually assigned to one patient, and you take care of that same patient all the time. That was my experience. Um, Also, when something happened to that patient, they did not have anybody for you to see. And one time I was just working here and there, working 3 and 4 hours a day. I just couldn't make it on that. And I didn't like it. But then I had another company. I had a patient. I worked with that same patient for over 3 years. That was my main job. I worked nights. Uh, for 3 years, I would do 12-hour shifts at night. And it wasn't a hard job because it was an in-home uh, thing. All I did was maybe do a little housekeeping for her, laundry, help her with her bathing and grooming and stuff like that. Um, Entertain with her. Uh, we watched TV shows that she liked, and it was just, I was, I guess, more or less her companion. Uh, to keep her from being alone and somebody to care for her. Um, but a lot of times it's hard to find good cases like that, that the person just lives. Most of the time, if they're older, they don't live a long, long time. So you have to think about the company and the clients they have, and is it worth your time and money? Most of the time, I ended up back in the nursing home setting. That's why I'm scared to let the nursing home setting go altogether, because you don't never know with home health. It can be like unsteady at times. Even with hospice, it can be unsteady. You never know. But it's I guess I'm just exception to the rule because I'm able to find jobs that you know that I can make work for me in this field. But again, just if you have any questions, just post them below, and I will try my best to get back with you. Sometimes I don't see the comments. It may take me a day or two if I don't read my email because it comes to my email. And once I see it, I will get online and answer your questions or reply back to you. Um, but I am going to get off of here because I have to do 12 hours tomorrow at my nursing home job, and I am going to prepare for that, get my uniform ready. You all have a blessed night.